What's good, the beautiful people? It's PommyInOz here. Welcome back to my channel. Please make sure you've liked and subscribed to the channel. It does mean the world to me. We're trying to smash out 1900 before the season commences. These legends went a step further. They joined the channel, so you can do that. Link is in the description. We have a lot of fun here. We're trying to build a community. And what is great is we get to do things like sponsor Domaku, and I get to give back to you wonderful guys and girls that support the channel. So please, if that is something that floats your boat, it would totally mean the world if you could do it. And PommySportsAlmanac.com.au, we give away prints. We also do them. That is my business. Please check it out. Have a look. Ask questions. It would be really much appreciated. And what we're doing today is we did the review of the training session. And I thought what we'll do is we'll do like a weekly rolling start in 22 and have a discussion in the comments and see where we're about and see if we can get it right. I thought that would be a really cool thing to do. And it has been suggested by a few of you. So let's crack into it. So what I've based this on is observations. So what I've tried to do is go into this free thinking, no, prerequisite, no kind of like love or thing, and just be really impartial and go, this is what the eye told, and go into it. So a real proper process. So at the moment, this is my backline. Nick Newman, Oscar McDonald, and Brody Kemp. Now, reason being, Nick Newman really impressed me in game. Looked to use the ball, looked to play off the ground of Oscar McDonald. Brody Kemp brings what Jones is missing. Now, Oscar McDonald, he's a spoiled first ruckman. He's Heinz baked beans for dinner. Yeah, he's that. It's not exciting, but at the end of the day, when you got Now House, baked beans on toast, proper. Proper. And that's what Oscar is. Now, what this backline for me, from my observations, I thought this three worked really well together. When the ball hits the deck, Nick Newman is very in and under, gets the ball out, looks to get the ball moving. Brody Kemp, he really impressed me with his display of intercepts and aerial marking and his energy. I really enjoyed this. And I think this back three here, when you see the half forward line, really complements each other well. So I really like this, and I feel really, really comfortable with these three boys. Half back line, this is where my energy is. This is, anyone who knows Pom knows halfbacks get my go. I'm in. I'm invested. So I've got Adam Sard, who was lively. What really enjoyed about Adam Sard is it's the first time I've seen him play back with that beautiful smile of his. They looked to hit him with the ball in motion. He looked to attack. He looked to spread. He looked to really use them scampering legs. And it was really effective. And I really enjoyed the way he linked up with Doc. He linked up with Newman. And he linked up with Messers here, Jacob Waitering and Zach Williams. Jacob Waitering, it's a no-brainer. Like, this guy would have to tank in the next 250 training sessions for me to even think of not having him in there. But he was solid. He was not spectacular, but he was solid. What I saw from Jacob Waitering was a 7 out of 10, which is his worst, which makes him so consistent, such a powerhouse. And Zach Williams really looked fit. And I hate using that phrase because how do you look fit? But he did look really lively. He did some really nice things. He looked to link up with the midfield. He really linked up with the wingers really well as well. Covered for them. There was some nice little overlap moments as well. I'm a big fan of this three because I think you've got real lively energy. It kind of gives me that Port Adelaide half-back line approach where you've got the good ball user, you've got a bit of injection of pace, and then you've got your big, tall target that's going to be protecting them. I really like this back line. And I think that back six won't be too far off with the guys we've selected on the interchange bench. Then the midfield. I've gone with Willow. Now, Willow did play a bit on the wing, and I think this is his position. What I love about Willow, and my criticism of the halfback, is he can't defend. He can't. He gets loose. He's looking to attack and take the game on. He bites off a lot more than he can chew, and I love that in him. I love it. His criticism is something that I actually love about him. On the wing, it's not so bad if he takes it off and he can't chew it because he's got 6 blokes there protecting him. And I enjoyed his energy. He looked lively. He gives it a go. This wing spot here, I think he's going to be heavily rotated. And that's why I brought Willow in there as well, because he can rotate with the guys down back. He can rotate back on the interchange as well, and we can get them going. This is going to be a real heavily rotated position, I'd suspect. Centerman Cripper, he looked back to his best. He was free-flowing. He was moving really nicely. It was great to see. As I said on the Blue Rod show yesterday, he was moving like an otter downstream. He looked smooth, and that is where Cripper goes his best, I think. And Lockie O'Brien might surprise some, but he really did stand out in training, just doing what wingers do. Gone are the days where Teague says we're looking at contested possessions. This guy is doing what wingers do. They don't know what a contested possession is, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed his game, and long may it continue, because he's someone that I think we need in the terms of we haven't got any wingers on our list, and every team plays at least one with a rotation policy. He has to be, and he looks sharp and he looked good, and that delivery is a weapon if they can get him into space. Half forward line then. Now, Josh Honey, for me, is fighting with Jack Martin for this position. And I think between them, Josh Honey looked, obviously trained a lot more. For me, he looks like he's gone up a gear. And I really enjoyed his intent, his defensive pressure. He tracks really deep as well when the possession has been lost. He's good aerially. He's a little competitor. I think he's ahead. I think he's well ahead. No surprises at centre-half forward, though, Charlie Kerner. Charlie Kerner, I'm pleased to report, he's back, baby. He's back. He looked really strong. He looked really energetic, really lively. There was them big wispy smiles that you see from Charlie all the time. There was a real excitement factor. There was the turn. He looked really good laterally when he was running. Looks really recovered, and he looks really like he's benefiting from more pre-season fitness. Jesus, staple. And I think he's going to be, I think this is the half-forward line. Depending on how Jack Martin goes, I think this is it. And I think he's got everything. He's got the defensive pressure. It's got the skill levels. It's got intensity. It's got everything you want. And I think this three looks really strong. Then over to the full forward line. This was something that actually did really cheer me up. Seeing Owis and Durden work together. Two guys that Owis is just doing what he did last year. Tackling hard, looking for them opportunity goals, a real natural opportunist. I really did enjoy what I saw from him, because he's really starting to become a consistent type footballer. And training really did display what you see with Owis. He goes again, he goes again, he tries. Durden, on the other hand, looked really lively, real got energy there, really energy. And when you've got Kerno and Haz, I want to see that energy coming from the smalls. And he looks like he's tracking his opposite person, making it really tough to get out. And Big H, Harry, obviously, again, looks super fit. He's really brought this tackle in as well. That was really been evident in training, the physicality. And I think he needs to lean on players a lot more and really throw his weight around. He really was one of the takeouts where I was really excited. My followers, Ruckman, it's kind of a one-horse race at the moment. And Pitternet is Pitternet, isn't he? He's definitely, for me, ahead of the bunch. And someone that I think I want to see TDK earn it. And I like what Pitt brings. I think Pitternet is really strong. They did seem to rove to him a lot smarter. I do think that's probably because Chera is the addition there, and so is Hewitt. And both of them are very smart footballers. And I do think the way that we structure around them contests isn't defensive. It's more offensive, which really suits Pitternet. I don't think Pitternet is a defensive ruckman. I think he needs an attacking mid round him. And he looked really strong. Walsh and Chera, they linked up well. They've started to get that synergy. It's like Tweedledum and Tweedledee in there. They hit each other with that handball quite a lot. I'm really excited about what that brings. I think that midfield just there, them three, is a match for just about any club in the AFL at the moment. Then my interchange, a lot of options. Plowman was very solid. I think he's got a problem. I've gone with Plowman over McGovern, and I'll tell you for why. I think just with the back six we selected, we do lack a more lockdown defensive defender. Plowman is the best in our club at doing that. We just have to compensate sometimes his poor field kicking. But for me, I like that structure. Doc, I think Doc, he spent a bit of time on the wing and in his usual back pocket, half-back position. Again, I think he will be thrown into this team. George Hewitt, without a doubt, he's there. And he looked like what Voss was doing in training, was really having that core defensive group to put a bit of pressure on. And my final one, I went with Fogarty purely for the versatility of him. But I think you could throw a blanket on the 22nd man at the moment. I think there's a great argument for a few players. I've gone with Fogarty. Could see Matty Kennedy there as well, and I think that would be tasty as well, particularly depending on the matchups, particularly against Richmond. Probably someone I'd bring in because then I can throw in a more kill game type mentality on there. But that's my rolling one. Let me know in the comments what stood out for you from the feedback, from the footage, if you were there. And we'll see how we go and how much that changes towards round 4. So, I mean, round 1, round 4, round 1. So we'll have a bit of fun with that. And we'll do that rolling once a week with what we know. So let me know in the comments yours. And until next time, Pommy out.